Hi, this is Ann, and today I wanted to do something a little different. Usually, you see me in our rocking chair, and I was so thankful to be able to do our Blessed Mother's rosaries and say some prayers. And the other day, I talked about when we went down to Myrtle Beach as a family and over the Memorial Day weekend and had a great time. Today, what I'd like to do is, I was trying to think something a little different, and I thought, well, I was talking with my daughter last night, and she's really, really great with music. She composes her own music, and she's very, very talented. And then I started thinking about our own musical history, because my daughter and I, over the, I'd say good 6-7 years, maybe longer, on certain nights we love to do, we have our karaoke night. And but we haven't done karaoke for a while. We're waiting for our throats to come back. Between having the bug and the allergies, it's been pretty hard on the throat. And excuse me for saying but I'll probably do it a few more times at least. But anyway, first things first, when I was about 7 years old, I started taking piano lessons every week. And I was basically trained in classical music. Chopin, Bach, Mozart, Schubert. And we continued to take piano lessons every week until I was about 11 years old. So actually we have about 11 years of piano lessons under our belt. I'm not a concert pianist. I'm not even really the best pianist. As you can tell, my fingers are kind of short, but that's not just the only reason. I didn't put as much work into it as I should have. But still, I'm thankful we can play the piano. And my eyesight's not the best, so I apologize ahead of time. Sometimes, even with the best light, the keys are a little bit hard for me to see, even with glasses. So, but sometimes, what I wanted to do is, be able to have, a video put up on YouTube, and where we're playing the piano is great for memories, and in the future too. It's like capturing this moment in time. And also too, what I wanted to mention too was when we were down in Myrtle Beach, and we stopped by this really great mall, and they had a music store in the mall, and they were selling these newer pianos. They had some baby grand pianos, they had some spin-up pianos, and they're beautiful pianos. But I love this piano that we have here. We bought this piano years ago he was a nice man, and what he did was he would, I don't know where, he would buy these older pianos, and he would fix them, and he would tune them up and everything, and then he would sell them. And we went down to his place. I guess it's like a store, but it's more like I guess it was sort of like his home, but like a warehouse type thing. And he had quite a few upright pianos that were older. I mean, he had an upright piano that was from, I believe it was 1896. And then we saw this piano here. This is a Chase Hackley. Now the Chase Hackley Piano Company, I did some research on it, and I found out that the Chase Hackley Company I guess it started in 1863, and their last year was in 1930. I found out a lot of piano companies went out of business when the Great Depression hit. And unfortunately, that happened. This piano here was made in Muskegon, Michigan, And this is a solid piano. I mean, the wood is really thick. It's extremely solid. It's very, very heavy, and it's just beautifully made. It's hard to find wood like this anymore. Excuse me. Sorry, it's the allergies. And another thing too, it has ivory keys. Now, myself, I don't like the idea. I'm very much against animals being killed for ivory. But when we bought this piano was made in 1924, and so and of course, we needed a piano, and I asked the owner how much the piano was, and he said the piano was $100. $100, and he mentioned it would be $50 for delivery, and it fit within our budget because at that time our budget was a lot smaller. But also too, I miss playing the piano. I miss having my fingers to the keys. I've had periods in my life where I would play the piano quite a bit, and then sometimes I stepped away from the piano. In the last 4 years, I haven't played the piano very much. I just sometimes, I have a hard time seeing the notes sometimes, or sometimes my nerves get a little jittery and it's hard for me to play. But I still I love the piano. I love playing the piano. My daughter knows how to play the piano. She plays the piano beautifully. In fact, when we were homeschooling, she took 2 years of piano lessons, and she picked up the piano like this. I mean, what she did in 2 years, it took me 5 years to get to the point where she's at. So she's extremely talented. She's very gifted. But today, without further ado, because I'll sit here and talk all day, I like to play some piano. I'm a little bit out of tune, literally, my own self. I'm out of tune. The piano's, I think, is in pretty good tune, but I'm out of tune. I haven't played in a long, long time, but I'd like to go ahead and play. And also, I like to do this thing my husband calls the rolling fingers, where I kind of play real fast, and it has kind of really pretty sounds. It's not, a piano piece, but it's just kind of playing around on the piano. So let me turn around and let's go ahead and play a tune. was the Prelude in C major. Thank you, Rose. It's been quite a few years since I've touched the keys, and it's by J.S. Bach. He's a classical composer. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rolling fingers for Jack and for Rose and everybody. And all I do is I just simply do scales on the piano, but sometimes it can sound like the ocean a little bit or different things. So I hope you enjoy it.
Great.
Thank you, Rose. I appreciate this, and what I like to do is I like to make maybe one or two more videos of finding. I like to find at least one or two more pieces I like to play, and it's great for memories. And boy, it feels good to be on the keys. I haven't really touched the keys in quite a few years, and I want to thank you for listening to me. And I want to wish everybody a blessed day, and God bless you. And we love you.